So it is November 18th, 2021 at 7:02 p.m. We're starting the Sykesville Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. So the first thing on the agenda, it's a very short agenda, so this meeting won't go too long, is approval of the meeting minutes. So I motion to approve the October 28th meeting minutes.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then really the only item, well, I guess before we get into this, then, I just wanted to thank we had two volunteers who braved the cold outside of SPARC to come to the cleanup event. So that was great to see. And lessons learned in the future if we do it later in the year to maybe not start at 9 a.m.
Let the sun come up a little bit, warm things up, just a hair.
But it looks great in the end, and there's pictures on Facebook. If anybody out there wants to see that.
And they kicked butt, those two girls that were out there. Like,
Yeah, they're good girls.
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised that they were there. So good, I'm glad.
oh, and we have one wheelbarrow with a flat tire that needs to be fixed. But
Okay, so the main thing on our agenda is talking about Santa's arrival. And I apologize, I didn't have a chance to look again at the meeting minutes. Is there, what updates has the town made?
So we've confirmed that we are going to use the caboose again, so again, we'll have that going. We've confirmed Santa Claus can be there between 3 and 6, so the time might be a little bit different than what we had done in the past.
So earlier,
Right.
Yeah,
it's earlier.
so when it's not dark.
right. So we can't do a movie, but
We
again,
cannot do a movie.
So
yeah,
why,
it'll be light out.
why earlier?
That's when Santa had availability. So that's what we have to go with.
Okay, and is the fire truck, so what, are we lighting at 6 then? Or would we light so after everything?
The tree lighting will happen after.
After, okay.
No fire truck.
No fire
Why
truck.
not?
But we're still working on the details of how that's all gonna happen, but we'll figure something out.
So we need
already.
transportation for Santa?
No, we'll take care of that.
You're gonna get
Yeah.
transportation for
There's
Santa?
two options that we're working on right now. Santa Claus will be at the caboose at 3 o'clock. That's not gonna be an issue.
where?
Do masks need to be,
Right.
Oh,
do
wheelbarrow with
masks
one
need
flat
to be
tire.
worn in the caboose with Santa?
Just
We'll check on that. I don't know, just because the students or the kids are gonna be vaccinated now, I don't know if that's still a requirement or not, but we'll check. We'll make sure we know.
I would double check with Santa. Would
Yeah.
he like people to be wearing masks? 'Cause that's a lot of kids gonna come through, because we couldn't do it last year, so I think it's gonna be incredibly popular.
Yeah, it was part of the conversation with Santa's helpers, and
Okay.
so we're there.
Well, and maybe it's not laps, maybe Santa's standing or something, pictures next to Santa versus Santa's lap.
That's a good idea, too. Okay, oh, sorry.
So we have the time, we have the caboose, and we have Santa Claus confirmed. We do know that the folks at the is it S&P?
S&P.
Sorry, they will not be doing hot chocolate. So I think
We can get it.
you volunteered
have
to
that?
do that.
We got
We still need volunteers for some of the other characters that are going to be there.
Right, so
And
I have
then-
Mrs. Claus and Billy's friend for the Grinch.
So I'm Mrs. Claus, and I have 2 elves.
You do have 2 elves?
I do.
What about
Yeah.
Frosty?
We need Frosty and Sparky.
okay.
I
can do one.
You can draw
I'll do
straws.
one, yeah.
Because we'll need, are we doing a craft still?
Well,
Is that
we'll leave that open to you guys too.
Okay. Because we'll need at least a couple of us, like, we have stuff for craft from all the paint things we
Still
took
have.
from. We didn't steal, it's free.
That you received.
I don't know if you're allowed to take 1,000, but we did. We still have those. So if we have one table, that's like the craft for the SPARC table. We can have a table for hot chocolate, and we'll have people for us to serve those. So if 2 of us are doing the SPARC table and the other 2 are dressing up,
And trying not to fall on our faces while
So-
we're around in
Possible.
awkward
Eric and
costumes.
Brian are gonna be Frosty and Sparky?
sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a
I'll
preference?
flip you for it and we can.
All right, we'll do rock, paper, scissors when we get there.
Brian, it would be better if you were Frosty.
I want to be Frosty, Brian.
Frosty.
Yes.
Okay,
Frosty
yeah,
short.
Frosty's shorter than I'll be Frosty.
Yeah.
Can we get Frosty washed and possibly bleached before?
Wow.
He's
Really gray.
Yeah, he's not so
Is
white
he really?
anymore.
A little bit.
He's a little bit gray and brown.
He's like
you know?
parking lot snow color.
Yeah.
A little bit.
He's a
I'll take
plowed.
him.
A parking lot
I'll take him to the
snowman.
cleaners, because the cleaners has cleaned the Easter Bunny many times.
Okay.
We can't clean his head,
Ooh.
but we can clean his body. Because the cleaners can't clean his head. Yeah.
Surreal.
This is something of a dream, a fever dream.
And a washcloth. You can just,
Lysol.
Blow dryer.
We can
Febreze.
get
I
some of
can
the
take the
stuff
head.
up.
You don't take the body.
You take the head, I'll take the body.
Please don't let any children see you.
Wow, Spark has gotten dark.
Well, we have access to, last year we had, or 2 years ago, we had access to to get electric from one of the hallways near where all the shops are.
Yeah. Fred's building.
Yeah, or that's where we got dressed and
I'm
stuff.
wondering if we're not doing the movie, if you guys can set up next to the post office, then we can use
Then we
the
can just
post
use the
office
post
for
office.
electricity.
Yeah,
Oh.
but we have access to one of those, yeah.
Okay.
That would be easier to coordinate, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't you think?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm wondering about the movie. I mean, sunset's around 4:30 at this point, so it might still be dark enough. I mean, it's going to get dark
That's what I
early,
was thinking
so
too, yeah.
maybe even for the second half, you know.
At the very least,
You
we
all-
could have audio, you know,
Mhm.
some music playing.
Are we going to, what
Well, that
about
was another question we were gonna have.
carolers or was it
We
the
don't want to be
three,
competing with downtown.
our orchestra,
PSC,
whatever
right.
it's called?
Yeah.
Did we wanna try to get like a band or band members to come and play?
My band?
Your band
I
should
always have a
play.
band right now.
Do you guys know all the Christmas carols to play?
What were who used to come? There used to be like
It was a string quartet.
yeah. Were they, you don't know who they were?
Yeah, we got them.
I thought you were gonna reach out to the schools and see.
I know. I was, and I did not. So I dropped the ball on that one.
I play a mean kazoo. So there's that, and I can play a kazoo and a triangle at the same time. So
So if we did have a band for the 3 o'clock time, then around 4:30, 5, we could start the movie when it's dark enough. I think it's okay to do that.
Did we
Short
get
movie.
permission to use that area to do the movie? Because wasn't that a problem before?
Not a problem, but we'll have to get a hold of, Mickey
All
Day
States.
to see if we could do that. We hadn't pursued that because we were thinking we wouldn't do it, but.
Right, because of the timing thing.
Sure,
But
that
typically in the
makes
past, it was just asking for an insurance rider, and that was it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And those are
Certainly
pretty easy
follow
to
up
get.
on that.
Okay, okay.
all right, yeah, and I would use the old screen since it's smaller.
Smaller.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to get in touch with Billy to do the movie because Frosty will not be able to. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And we
Well,
have
I can-
we have carpet squares in the basement for the kids to sit on.
Frosty can just take his head off and figure out how to do it.
Yeah, that's not gonna scare anybody.
Or
Traumatized.
just get a random kid to come help us fix the DVD player like we did a few movies
That'll
back.
work a DVD player, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Nick won't be dressed up. Or if you need to
Oh, I
go into the post office really quick
I
and
had you as the
Yeah.
band.
take it off.
I had you in the band.
I don't know how many people we would need for the craft. It depends on how many will be there, but
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Halloween was
yeah.
a big event this year, so
Again, normal.
Yeah, I think.
yeah,
what
so I
everybody's
wouldn't be
doing.
surprised if
People want to
if
do
it was a large.
So as many people as possible.
It could be.
It's
Yeah.
always been huge.
Yeah.
And now
Well, we did
with-
2 years. Well, I just remember last time we did it, not a lot of people stopped to do the craft because it was just so cold.
Right.
So no one wanted to stop.
But it's earlier.
It was
so-
earlier, yep. And I do have two, I don't know if we want it, I could bring it if you want us to. I have 2 propane heaters that I could bring.
Well, what
Helpful.
about the room above, the post office has been used a lot for different types of events during Santa's time. So what if the crafts were
Well,
up
I
there?
think
You can't, yeah,
they
you can't put them
stopped-
up there because of, that's an ADA
It's
issue.
an ADA thing, so I think they
You
stopped
gotta go
using
steps
that
to get up
because of
there.
ADA.
Now, it's certainly some place that we could prep and, we could get ready for it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, except everyone will see you.
Put the blackout curtains up there. Take these down and put them up there. Yeah.
I don't want them to see Frosty getting undressed up there.
I'm more worried about running into Cobra Kai members or something.
It's legit.
Is there any coordination with the DSC or the merchants to let them know we're doing this?
Not yet, because again, we wanted to work out some of the details before we really started trying to let everybody know what was going on. So again, back to the band, are you going to try to get some people or?
You think there's still time?
Well, yeah,
I can reach
But-
out to them.
we would just have to know
Believe there
soon.
is.
Huh?
We would just have to know soon.
Yeah. Okay. I can email them tonight when I go home.
Is there any issues with, if we do end up showing a movie, getting the licensing for that?
Billy said no on that. So
Yeah, I thought it
Not
was just
like
because, I thought it was
Charlie
like public
Brown.
domain stuff.
If it's up, yeah,
Oh, if it's like public domain?
yeah,
I
Okay.
think Charlie Brown's public domain, right?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure Frosty, all those gotta be.
If not, it's quick and we can just
Yeah.
pack up and get out of there real quick if,
Just stay in costume, they won't know
Yeah.
who actually put it on or.
put out an APB for Frosty. Parking lot Frosty.
In the past, or even if we haven't in the past, we want to for this one, have we done any like charities at the event?
I don't know.
Not.
I've actually never been to an event.
Or like consider, even if it's just like the food bank again, or
Well, what about
There's a
the,
food drive the next day. That's actually, the drop off is going to be here. I mean, we can certainly do that.
so I've been contacted by Westminster Food Bank about actually looking for a distribution location down in.
Drop
in-
off location?
A location to distribute to families.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
And I just haven't heard whether they want to go through the town or they want to go through a nonprofit.
Okay.
So we do one every other Saturday at St. Paul's, a pop-up food pantry. But yeah, we always need stuff. That's
Well-
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking for a Sykesville location, a consistent location to bring the truck down and distribute out of this truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's,
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking the parking lot, in the garage back here.
Well, yeah, but what are we talking? Are we talking about?
But I don't know that that would be connected
event,
to
or what would-
this. I'm just saying, if we were talking food bank, we were talking collections, and I know that, isn't downtown Sykesville, or is it the town or the connection that's doing the needy families in the community collections?
That's the DSC.
The DSC, so, I mean, we could connect with them in terms of what they're doing to do an event for those families, collections or whatever. Whatever they're doing, they could advertise there, as opposed to adding something else, because the DSC is already trying to take care of families during the holidays. Maybe we could coordinate with Julie something that they're doing, that they could do something during that event.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, on that note, I'd just like to remind everyone that food banks don't just need food items, they need diapers and feminine hygiene products and things too, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't always have to be cans of soup.
Oh, I dropped off like 10 boxes of food to S&K Roofing, and he took it up to Carroll County Food Sunday. He was overwhelmed with how many cans and products that we had collected. So That was Billy's suggestion, so that I didn't have to drive all the way up to Westminster to the actual Carroll County Food Sunday. And I just kept bringing in the boxes, and the man kept saying, "You're bringing in more, you're bringing in more." And he said, "This is great." He said, "I'm going to call them tomorrow and come pick it up." So our town did a great job.
That's awesome.
You have the checklist. Is there anything else on there for?
No, I think I
Okay.
got it all. Hot chocolate, the movie we're gonna go forward with, the craft, band, characters, that was it.
We'll try to put together some sort of flyer or something for, tomorrow. It'll probably be, somewhat, I don't want to call it generic, but we'll start getting the word out that 3 to 6, Saturday, December 4th.
And once we had a final plan, I was gonna share it with Julie too, so she could help
Yep. Promote it.
promote it.
I was just gonna ask who's gonna coordinate with Julie. I seem to run into Dan everywhere I go all the time, so.
Eric, we have leftover hot chocolate in the snack shack from the October movie.
Okay.
Can I get that to you and
Sure.
use it? Because it won't make it till next year.
Yeah,
It will
yeah, for
expire.
sure.
So I'll pull it out. I just
Okay.
need the key.
Okay. Sure. Still trying to figure out how we're doing it, but we'll figure out a way.
We need some crock pots.
Yeah.
We need to
Yeah,
run
I
those.
already talked to our staff about it. They're like, well, when we know for sure, we'll start playing. I was like, well, get
There
ready.
might be one of those big coffee pots downstairs as well.
We
How
have a
big?
coffee pot in the snack shack. That's how we serve the hot chocolate. It was a 12 cup.
Yeah. I
And
think
we
I
have
may
a
one
crock pot,
downstairs
too.
too.
And we have a crock pot too.
The tall
We-
ones that you push.
We have like 3 of those for
Like a
church,
raft
but
thing
we're talking about like
or whatever.
800 people freezing, so like we're gonna need big ones.
Yeah.
And what
sure.
about cups?
There-
We have
We need-
some.
If I need to order cups, someone needs to let me know.
We don't have enough for as many
Yeah, yeah.
people that are going to
Yeah,
come.
we
There's no
need to
way.
order cups.
And I want to say
for
that,
sure.
that they had a pot. They used, like, the last time it was down there, wasn't it? It wasn't like a coffee pot. They weren't pouring it. I think they were ladling it like
They
out
were
of a,
ladling it
Yeah.
from a crock
from
pot.
a from a big pot.
A big
Yeah.
giant pot.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Because it was
Who
the
was doing that?
Mark.
The last time I remember, I mean, it's been a while.
Oh.
Kids are a little older, but the last time I remember going down there,
And
there was a
it's-
pot, and they would ladle it out of the.
That makes sense,
It
yeah.
was the man that runs the
Train.
train. Mark. What is his last name?
I don't know, Mark. I know Wally.
Okay. It was Mark and his wife Kathy, and they were ladling it out and passing it out. And I feel like they were on the side of the post office that faces the caboose, and there was a plug there, and that's where
Yeah, it
they
was like
were.
right in between the the two
Yeah.
cabooses or
Correct.
whatever, the two trains,
Correct.
is where they had the table. So like, the parents would line up with the kids, and you could go up to,
Right.
right in between the two trains to get the hot chocolate.
So I almost feel like maybe we should do a walkthrough
At
prior
least to figure out where to stage everything.
to where to stage and plugs and all that stuff is gonna
Agreed.
be. We could do that.
Now, have there been carolers before, or was it always just the string?
I think last time there were,
Carolers, right?
was it, I don't know if it was St. Paul's that had kid. People just started singing somewhere.
I
I don't know where they were from.
Feeling the holiday spirit.
I think it might have been St. Paul's, so I can ask Doug if,
some of
Yeah.
the choir was coming down.
yeah.
That was going to be our backup if we couldn't find a band.
Just have people start
Find
singing somewhere.
carolers. Yeah.
I think it was people from St. Paul's that did it, if I remember correctly.
So we're just, instead of doing the whole Main Street thing and connection, we're staging just right by.
Correct.
That's all we're doing?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
There's been some safety concerns with
Correct.
everybody lining up and down Main Street.
Which is why we're rethinking the fire truck.
Okay.
Right.
Because there's been in the past where the fire truck comes down, everybody on this side of the road, once the
Rushes
truck
the truck.
turns, everybody runs across the street.
To get in
And the chief
line.
has had, moments of fright.
Try to keep Chief from having a,
Got it. That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Shaving years off of his life.
exactly.
Do we have anything to like rope it off, where like how they'll stand in the line?
Well,
We do. We have garland because we had caution tape before, and Billy thought that was a little not welcoming. So we bought garland, and it ropes off to not go past where the equipment and the movie screen is, and then it ropes off around the caboose. But an actual physical rope for a line, there's not enough garland because the line goes so far. But we just, the
Well, that's
main
the other thing we were
purpose,
hoping with doing this times 3 to 6, that maybe there won't be this
Giant rush
giant
right
run
at
of
the
people,
right at the
that it
beginning.
will be more of a kind of staggered,
It'll be a build-up to the tree lighting.
right.
one would hope and
I
think. But we
would
had
not
a-
plan on that.
Right, because it was a time frame before and everybody gets there right away.
You get
but-
there, and people
But-
hold spots.
Yes, they do.
I remember standing in the line, never seeing Santa come down the main street because you had to hold this, or otherwise it was hours in that line.
Correct, but because we're not lighting the tree until 6.
Right.
But there's a
Five.
hard stop on Santa to get.
Correct. So it might work the way you're thinking.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah, that would be terrific, because then kids aren't antsy waiting in line.
I know there's boxes of that garland downstairs.
Correct. That's what it was purchased for.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but like the actual line, is there like anything to make them like snake, or they just go? Because I thought it was
It's
like.
snaked before, but I don't know about physical distancing right now. Can the police rope off Oklahoma because it's our street? It's not the state.
Oh, no, yeah,
highway?
the roads will be closed, yeah.
No, but I mean across in front of the post office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, again, yeah, Oklahoma, at least so that, probably up into the post office is gonna be closed, as will Baldwin
No,
Drive.
but I'm saying go to the other. The way it comes out, unless you're going to wrap them down the post office, it usually comes out into the street with the kids. So just for safety,
Well, that's what I'm saying,
it might
Oklahoma.
be from right, but up from where the other side of the French Twist, where the parking lot is, down.
Yeah, we have to keep the parking lot open, but Oklahoma will be closed probably from that point all the way to Main Street.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll just have to wrap them. I mean, then it might help to have the garland come and direct them down so the kids aren't running across the street.
True. And we also need room for where the movie sits, and then we put the carpet squares down so the kids can sit there. So there's no room to wrap there because the kids are watching the movie.
Right.
Who's gonna help get them wrapped? Like.
Yeah, you're going to need like line.
Yeah, unless we have markers like they do at like Disney World, they're not just gonna wrap. There's gonna be a straight line.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, if you
Oh, so
take
what
the
did you
garland
use?
and bring it around.
What did you use to attach the garland to?
There were stands before. I don't
I
bet
don't
that
know
was a
what
long
else I
time
had. I
ago.
mean, we don't-
None of these things are things that the town had.
No, I mean, I know we have the
I
garland,
think
but
they
I don't
did
know
2 years
what
ago.
we have to attach them to.
There used to.
We can also, it might be overkill, but use the spray paint markers that we used to set up squares last year for the movies where it's just, the ground marking paint that they use on.
How about just for a
and
staging
stuff.
standpoint, I know, Eric, if you're gonna, we need to find a spot for where the hot chocolate can be, where the craft can be. And then if, Brian, if you can help out figuring out where the movie can be, and we'll talk with Billy as well, just to make sure everything's where it needs to be. And then whatever we're doing that walkthrough, we can figure out how we're gonna snake people through
Okay.
whatever area is left. And then if we need to go out and buy a few things, just to make sure that we have, roping, we can do that.
I would say at
When
one
we're
point there
doing
were
the-
posts because
the
you did.
walkthrough.
I don't know where they went. I'm just saying, at one point there was.
I just can't remember what they did 2 years ago, but I don't remember a single line. They were snaking. I just don't remember how they did it.
Yeah.
It for sure works. There wasn't a single line. They're not gonna naturally do that. We have to
Right.
help them.
If you had cones, or you could just kind of put like sticks in them, and then that would be something to. kind of-
Just a
That might have been
rope
complicated.
or something. Yeah. Even just a
You could
couple.
wrap it under the parks, grab some branches, and then.
But I'm thinking just for physical, like we don't want to wrap. You don't want a snake. Like I think it comes out and goes in front of the post office. And the question will just be whether the post office is doing the letter. So the post office also used to have a box for letters for Santa during this.
Right.
And
They
so,
might bring that box outside just so the post office isn't crowded.
right. But I think if you do a straight line and bring it down to Baldwin, that way, that it would be better. And then just don't even let people up those stairs. Whoever's if you're the elves and you were, you know, like one person in the, one family in the caboose at a time.
Agreed. Agreed.
Okay.
I like that idea.
But do you need, so I mentioned it to the council, and I will push council members to be there if we need bodies to
Crowd
help.
control.
Crowd
That would be great. That would be great. Yeah, that would be great. Because I think characters can only do so much.
Mhm.
They can't get angry.
Exactly. Exactly.
So what, so that would, the question was, what supports do we need? And, you know, so that they could sign up or they could know what they were coming to do specifically. So,
Any of the characters that has a head on it, you need a handler really to guide you around and make sure you're not, you know, gonna walk off a cliff or step in front of a car.
In the past, Mrs. Claus was with Frosty because we didn't have Sparky and Santa was busy. And Mrs. Claus wasn't allowed to be with Santa because everybody just wants to be with Santa. So in the past, Mrs. Claus held Frosty's hand and would say, step down here, or there's a little one here, bend over, shake
Okay,
hands
yeah.
with it, because Frosty's very, very, very popular. Very popular. So,
But that was
So if you-
before he was plowed snow from.
obviously, remember, kids don't see that.
Yeah, that's
Kids
true.
don't see that. Only judgmental adults see that. So if you want, Brian, I can hold your hand.
I just need somebody, but Sparky's gonna need somebody to,
Somebody's, yeah,
because
that too.
it's definitely difficult to see and maneuver.
Did you
In-
struggle
in-
with seeing when you were Sparky?
What?
Did you struggle seeing when, because you've been Sparky a lot too?
Yeah.
There's no way not to struggle.
I can't look at it. I can't breathe, so I don't know.
We didn't have handlers last time, did we, Nick?
Wait, at,
The last Santa arrival? It was just you and me. I don't think we did.
I don't know if we
I
did.
feel like since the kids are moving, like you don't have.
Yeah,
to
we kind of
do
just
much.
stood there and just
Yeah.
waved and they just came to us.
We didn't do it very long either.
Yeah, because last time I was Frosty, I had to like
We
walk
walked
all the way down from here, go up the stairs from the basement, and then out onto the sidewalk, and then down the other stairs.
I think council volunteers can just help with crowd control.
so we want crowd control with the council.
I agree. And we have vests, if they want vests so that they stand out.
Spark vests.
Yeah, we have Spark vests that they can wear.
I know who
I'll
I'll put
need
it
the
on.
key.
So we'll see.
Are they still in the snack shack, or are they?
They're in the snack shack, folded up in a box.
Yeah, I will talk to, so I'll talk to the council members.
How many council members are there?
7.
Seven.
I just don't want to pay
Six,
$20
six
to
in the
get
mayor.
a car.
I'll
That's
grab
all
7
I
vests.
really
and
request.
Can't promise anything, Brian.
7, you said?
7?
Yeah,
You
7.
said 7. 7 plus the
6,
mayor?
no, 6 plus the mayor, 7
Okay,
total.
so Southern vests.
Volunteers should wear them too.
Mm-hmm.
Alex or Brian or.
I'll bring 10.
Perfect.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
I have my own.
Anybody
You
not in
have
a
yours at
costume?
home?
Yeah.
Oh, I have
Yeah,
mine.
we have both of ours.
Yeah, we
So I'm
have
not
ours
supposed
at
to bring
home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if one of them will
I'll
fit on
bring 10 just in
Sparky.
case.
Yeah,
You have an extra large one?
Maybe.
yeah,
Oh, well,
Because we lost his sash.
yeah.
So he needs a
Better
vest.
safe than sorry.
We could put a vest on Sparky.
That's actually not a bad
Can we
idea.
get like a Santa hat or something for Sparky, like we did with the 4th of July hat?
I can check.
He's laughing. That was cute for the 4th of July.
It was good. That was a good one.
I really like how Sparky's evolving. The
Me
years
too.
go on. Like
Wardrobe.
he's getting
Just
to be a
had
much
slightly
more
longer
complex
legs.
character.
To be able to walk around.
That all goes
Just
to
wish the
Billy.
feet would stay on better.
Yeah, thank goodness for Billy's idea. That was Billy to promote Sparky. That was his idea.
Does anybody have any clue where the sash went?
It's got to be. Well, you just.
It's
cleaned
not
it.
in the snack shack.
It's not in the snack shack.
It's the only place it could have.
I mean, I guess what?
Or
Are we gonna clean out the basement too? We haven't cleaned out the basement yet, have we?
We cleaned up the basement.
Okay.
We put everything together for SPARC.
I think that's where January's meeting should be.
In the
In the
basement.
basement, to go through stuff. That should be the first item on the agenda.
I mean, over time, I've thrown more and more away just because we haven't been able to coordinate.
Right.
It's mostly like craft kind of stuff that may or may not be worth using. I don't know.
We'll check it out.
Yeah.
Did we decide who's getting, are you guys gonna get cups? Do you want us to get the cups for hot
I think
chocolate?
cups.
Okay,
Yeah,
Alright.
I wrote that down to get.
okay.
Cups and a
Do
Santa
you think you
hat.
have enough hot chocolate, or we need to order?
No, I can get the hot, we'll take care of the hot chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah. we'll just
Okay.
take-
I'll just give you what's left in the
Oh,
snack.
yeah. So how many cups do you think? Like,
7,000.
would you say 7,000?
A truckload.
100?
I was gonna say like
More.
Cups don't go bad. So it's like, I
300?
mean,
That's true.
Yeah.
I would say like 500.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean,
That's a
if-
lot of hot chocolate.
I was gonna say, well, I know they always run out.
The good thing is the cups don't expire, so.
No, but you also
Stores,
gotta be able to make that much hot chocolate too.
Yeah, I know.
And we ask people to bring their own, like, thermoses. Cup.
No, we had those
Yeah,
cups from the
we're gonna go down and
cocoa
get
pot.
the Frosty, and I'll look to see if that other coffee
Yeah.
pot's down there too.
Okay,
I think there's one down there.
yeah.
Just try not to buy styrofoam cups.
I'm not buying any cups.
biodegradable.
Try not to.
They'll have styrofoam.
Oh, I know, I wouldn't buy styrofoam.
Yeah.
I already know.
You'd have the wrath of Mayor Link.
But I think we have everything covered, or we will have everything covered for the actual hot chocolate and
Okay.
all that stuff.
So just cups.
Okay.
If you need an extra crock pot, we have one,
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
Do you want the one from the
No.
snack shack?
I don't, we have stuff for church already, so if we go that route, or I might just go the big old pot route, which is most like what we're doing. So if you have a big pot, then I'll take it, but
Okay.
yeah. Because the actual push ones, we have like 5 of those at church, so if we're gonna go that route, we already have them, but we probably won't.
Do you want the coffee pot from the snack shack, or you think you're just gonna do
No, that's what I'm
those?
saying, I don't think we're gonna use any of those, I think we're gonna use the
He's gonna
big
label
pot.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Seems to be the easiest way.
So Joe, you'll reach out to
And then
Julie
ladle.
to see about the
It'll right into people's
families
kids'
in need?
mouths and stuff, yeah. Good cups.
Yeah, I can. I guess I just don't know exactly. That would be
Giant
coordinated.
stock pots.
I don't know how they're collecting
Need a
stuff.
big
for-
pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
And again, I do know the next day is there is a food drive the next day.
Is anyone doing a
We're gonna have
coat
it here.
drive?
What's that?
Is anyone doing a coat drive?
I don't know.
That's actually a good question.
I like that idea a lot.
I mean, the question is who you give them to. You know what I mean? So maybe if she isn't, if there's nothing that they want to do, if there's nothing that she wants to do, you know, maybe a coat drive, and we could, I don't know who we could connect with of,
I'll call my church.
okay. Because that's an easy thing.
Another one would be Mark Klimovitz to see.
Yeah, that was the second church I was gonna call.
Yeah.
What about your church, Eric? A coat drive?
We do this, we don't do a coat, we do a big angel tree thing where we buy for
Okay,
170 kids
okay,
Christmas presents. So yeah, we don't do any of those. We're
okay.
slammed with that.
Yeah, I'll call Friendship Baptist and Wesley Freedom and see if they need coat drive. Okay. I love that idea. Thanks.
Alright. Anything?
I'll reach out to the TU and I'll include Billy on the email. We can coordinate a time where we can just go down there and look at things.
Can you put me on that email? at
Sure.
all?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can include everybody if you want.
Yeah.
And do we want to try and pick a date to do a walkthrough?
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, that's what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. We'll coordinate a time where we can just kind of walk down there and figure everything out as far as layout goes.
Okay.
It might be worthwhile to get some measurements of the screen and things, just to know what kind of physical space we're gonna be taking up, so.
Brian, we've
I
done
can-
this before with the original screen, so if Billy's there, Billy knows exactly where the screen can sit and how it
Okay.
will work with all the equipment, because Billy started this when we first started movies.
All right,
And if it's the original screen, Billy has all that.
okay, that works for me.
Good. All right. That's enough.
Any other town updates?
I don't.
Think so?
Yeah.
The trail's finished, right?
Trail is done, the work there on the trail. We have, I want to say it's a little under $20,000 left in the grant that was going to go for the trail, so we'll be bringing back to SPARC some ideas for the exercise stations.
Great.
Probably in January, we'll worry about that.
What is happening with Jones Park? Did you, because I missed that last meeting, and I'm curious what is going to happen to Jones Park?
We just talked about, just because the access there is so difficult, we'll just get a contractor to come in and do the mulching and do the cleaning up, probably in the spring.
Okay.
And including the painting, I know that was a big deal with the painting
And
of
the
the swing
squeaking
set.
of the swings. The swings squeak really, really
Okay.
badly.
Yeah.
So that too.
We want to make sure
Contractors wouldn't know that. 'cause
want to make
they're
sure the
not gonna
neighbors are
swing.
happy, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
See, we made sure to swing on the linear.
We did, we
trail.
tested the swings at the linear trail park, so.
Oh, good.
And they're in good shape.
All right then, so it's 7:38.
Wait.
Motion.
Welcome. Did you have something to say?
No, I'm just observing. My name is Dominic Caperuccini. I was at the last two meetings. I missed October's meeting actually, or
Right.
September's meeting. So I've been coming to the SPARC meetings for a few months now.
So did you want to be Sparky?
You put me on the spot.
At the very least, he's helping with crowd control, right? December 4th.
But we are always looking for volunteers to come out for like events like this.
100%.
So if you want to plan to join us, I mean,
Okay.
You're more than welcome.
yeah.
More hands, the better.
December 4th, 3 to 6, down by the caboose. Well, we need lots of help, so please come and join us.
Okay.
Well, it'll probably be before 3. I mean, we're resetting up.
Yeah.
Reset will probably be
Probably.
1:32.
Well, I
Yeah.
was thinking Billy likes time, probably
Yeah.
1.
1, yeah.
Yeah, he likes to have ample time to set up, but I could get the whole shebang set up by myself in like 40 minutes.
Sounds like a challenge.
It's gonna be getting all the equipment from the snack shack downtown
Make it
though.
a wagon, so.
Just
Again,
get on the
ride
wagon
it
with
down.
everything and ride it down the hill.
Yeah, don't do that. All right.
So I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second,
We second.
third.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right.
How does that work? Is it followed? I've been watching.